This question is checking to see if you understand the differences between magnetic storage and solid-state storage, particularly for a tablet computer. So it's saying that tablet computers normally use solid-state rather than magnetic. So this is for your secondary storage instead of your hard disk. And we have to say 2 reasons other than cost and storage that make solid state better. So search for an image, and I've got this one just here. Let's talk through the differences and work out what we can write. So we've got a picture of a solid state drive and a magnetic hard disk. The way that they work, a solid state drive has no moving parts. It's just it's like RAM, but it's non-volatile, so it doesn't need power to store data. The data's still safe when you switch the power off. Whereas a magnetic hard disk, you've got these spinning magnetic plates, and then you've got a sensor that can move forwards and backwards, and you have to move that sensor to the right place to read a magnetic 0 or 1 from this spinning magnetic plate. So it can detect a magnet pointing in either one way or the other way for your 0s and 1s, whereas your solid state drive just stores an electrical charge, and that represents your 0s and 1s. So the big difference is we're not allowed to talk about cost or storage capacity. Solid state is more expensive than magnetic, and magnetic often stores more, so that's why we can't talk about these two. We're saying reasons why solid state would be better. And here are the reasons. First of all, the solid state drive is much lighter, so it weighs less. And these are typical examples, 70 odd grams compared to 350 odd grams. So difference would be solid state weighs less, and an explanation would mean this would make the tablet weigh less, so it's more portable, easier to carry around. Second difference, performance in terms of how fast it is to read and write. We're talking this solid state drive is just under twice as fast to read and just a little bit faster to write, but faster at both reading and writing data. So the difference is solid state is faster to read and write. The explanation would be that reading and writing files would take less time, programs would run more smoothly, and so the tablet wouldn't lag. You've got other differences you can talk about as well. The power consumption, so the solid state, this one uses 1 watt compared to about 3.9 watts. That means that the solid state would use less power. That would be the difference. The explanation would be that the battery life would last longer because there's no moving parts, so it doesn't need as much power to use. Operating vibration and shock resistance, this means how durable, how robust it is. So 20G, 1G is gravity, so if you've got 20 times the amount of gravity, that's the amount of shock, the amount of vibration it can withstand. And you've also got the speed of vibration here as well. So the solid state drive can cope with much fiercer and faster vibration than a hard disk because it's got moving parts. And the shock resistance, this is if you drop it on the floor, the solid state drive can cope with much sharper shocks than the hard disk. Again, the explanation is because there's no moving parts, and this would make your tablet computer better because it's more durable. It doesn't matter if you drop it as much. You could also say that the solid state drive will work in a wider operating temperature. So this particular solid state drive works from -25 to 85 compared to 5 to 55 degrees C. The explanation would be that your tablet computer might be more durable in extreme situations, say for in the military. Acoustic noise, this is how much noise it makes. Because of the spinning parts on a magnetic hard drive, it makes a certain amount of buzzy noise. You can often hear them in your laptop or your desktop, that sort of irritating spinny and crunchy noise. Whereas your solid state drive is essentially silent, it doesn't make any noise at all. So the difference would be solid state drive is quieter. Explanation would mean that this is less irritating for the user, doesn't distract, so they can focus on their work. And endurance, this is how long they last. MTBF stands for mean time between failure, the average amount of time between failures based on these devices. For a solid-state drive, this is over 2 million hours compared to less than 0.7 million hours. So a solid-state drive doesn't last forever, but it's going to last a lot longer than a hard disk because, again, of the moving parts. So the difference would be solid-state drives last longer. The explanation would be because of the moving parts, solid-state drives can last longer, so the tablet device wouldn't need to be replaced as often, giving better value for money.